if a team is heavily favorited, they find ways of playing around the Huskar.
That is true. Especially because they do have heroes that can show up middle. Assist with bringing this Huskar down, but Kodiak is not drafting skittishly. There is confidence with a draft like this, so at the very least, they're putting it all on the line, not willing to show fear in the face of Nigma. But now the performance has to match their bravery in the draft as they smoke up, hoping to find themselves some good positioning and hopefully the first blood. Unfortunately, just like what we saw in the first series of the day, Nigma is in position to stop this. Let's see what they've got. Omar, he will break the smoke. Cold goes up on the high ground. They find everybody. Sumail got an excellent asset spray out onto multiple heroes. Zeski trying to run himself away. Sumail is falling low, but Zeski's gonna die first. GH will be the one to grab the first blood. Sumail does end up falling, but so does Omar. It's a double kill for this Huskar, and they're still going. Miracle trying to bring down the Huskar before he goes down himself. He'll succeed in doing so, but dies in the process. Noob, can he get himself out as GH has returned to find himself a double kill? Kid does also get himself a double, and what the hell is this? 7 kills in the before the horn even sounds? All right, baby, this is the kind of Dota I'm here for.
Yeah, you gotta respect this, especially because there's an alchemist in the game and you want to contest these bounty runes. I just wonder if they will actually manage to get any more than 2.
The battle begins.
I think they're gonna get 3. Let's see, is Medusa fast enough?
I don't think so. I think Omar. Oh, Omar
no,
moved back.
Omar gave up. Omar gave up. They're gonna get 3.
Unfortunate. Oh well, like he could have definitely gotten. He could have definitely gotten that one. Medusa denied one, by the way. So they got 2, and Radiant got 1.
She 8-clicked by mistake. Yeah.
Just didn't. Maybe was afraid to approach. Yeah, I didn't see if she 8-clicked or not. She saw that she didn't eat the bounty rune.
So
Wrong
from
tense.
this crazy passage of play, they do get the additional bounty. Who has so far come out on top of starting these lanes?
Well, I think the craziness kind of benefits Nigma, because their lanes, in my opinion, on paper, should be weaker, mostly because of mid lane. You can see what Sumail is doing here. He probably should not be allowed to do what he did. This is way too simple. Like, connecting the waves the way he did, he's actually going to have a better equilibrium in the end. Yeah. And he's even drawing the aggro a little bit, just making sure that... the mid lane, by the way, is a really good example of what you need to do versus Huskar. So far, what he's doing. But needs to be said that he's been allowed to do that, like just pulling the wave away from Huskar and even from his own creeps.
Let's see if the Huskars will be able to punish further moves down the stretch. As down bottom, his teammates so far just okay on the Dawnbreaker in tandem with this Nyx Assassin. It is 2 melee heroes trying to deal with an anti-mage Lich, so very difficult to reliably harass out this anti-mage in this situation.
Yeah, I feel like this lane is Lich, GH, bot lane.
He is not fine, but the Dawnbreaker is also in more trouble because Miracle has shown up. Do they have enough damage? Dip Kit? 2 more hits is all they'll need. GH goes the other side, reveals himself through the trees, and they will be able to find the kill. Dawnbreaker goes down. Zeski finds immediate revenge going in onto the Lich, but it is hashtag worth because the kill went the way of the Miracle Anti-Mage.
Yeah, absolutely worth it. The mid lane, by the way, is so far at least Sumail is doing very nicely. Top lane, Mars is on top of the CS, and mid lane Huskar is dead.
Oh no! Omar, he came through into this mid lane with the respawn, immediately goes in. Well, that's unfortunate. Top lane, will they be able to bring down Noob at the very least, knowing that the Hoodwink is away? Quite a lot of damage being dealt out, but Noob has the value points into the bulwark, will be able to keep himself safe.
There is no way they get him. Bot lane, there is a bit of a brawl around the Lotus pool. They used all their spells though on Dire, so this should be whoever clicks faster, Zeski or GH on bot lane. And also, by the way, this Lotus pool is kind of weird on the bottom lane. I don't know how much you've had the pleasure of clicking it, but it's very annoying.
Oh, the bottom one.
The
Bro, I
bottom
play
one,
carry,
yeah.
like, I very rarely get to click the stick.
Well, basically, what happens is if you're Radiant and you press on this Lotus Pool, if you just right-click it, your hero has to go around that small little tree that's just sitting there, and it's always gonna go the long way. The pathing is kind of cooked. Top lane.
We're gonna have a little bit of a brawl here. They're trying to go in onto Cold. First one to fall here is gonna be the Shadow Demon. Unfortunately, no revenge incoming onto Omar. Too healthy and Medusa too low on the mana pool. So Nigma continuing to assert themselves everywhere on this map, wherever they can. Bro, how is mid even? What is going on here?
Well, they got a kill on him, but also Sumail played this lane very nicely. And like he already has reached that point in which he doesn't even have to lane Omar top. Gets wrecked. Disruption into Mystic Snake, into Gorgon's grasp for everyone that did not see what happened. Easy kill for them. Hoodwink is very squishy.
Hoodwink, every single time that he's out of position like that and half HP, you're almost certainly gonna die. Maybe just see Omar, at the very least, being useful, you know, using his life to refill the bottle of Sumail, doing the right thing.
Yeah, and the water rune as well on top still available. Sumail is kind of baiting. If a Numi goes for him, they can maybe turn. I feel like they might go on
They're
him
gonna put
mid.
some pressure onto Noob, and they're going mid. There's the stun coming out onto a Numi. Bushwhack is out. Do they have the damage for this one though? They do not. Still has 7 charges on the stick. A Fairy Fire chilling, and he's fine. Lots of time wasted for Omar for no real reason.
Honestly, like, it kind of looks bad, but it isn't. Like, he refills the bottle of Alchemist. Alchemist is not being zoned. That's the most important part. Shadow Demon rotating mid, though.
Gonna try and at least get this Hoodwink.
They can't,
Surrounding
though.
him, putting
Huskar
different
has to be
angles so he
careful.
can't Bushwhack once, but now Huskar gets himself caught immediately into the stun. Sumail finds instant revenge with the level 2 concoction, and now they might reach for more. Omar does eventually tick out to those burning spears, but they might still kill Cold here. GH finds the maximum range, Sinister Gaze there. Cold gets stunned up underneath the tower. He's not dead just yet though. Sumail does manage to dodge out the stun from Zeski, keeping himself alive almost. Unfortunately, the final tower hit will bring him down. Almost outplays on both sides, but it ends up being a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Nigma.
Yeah, I was super shocked that he didn't instantly Carapace, because if he does, the tower keeps on hitting him. He does get the kill anyway, though. Maybe the Carapace was on CD, I didn't really check immediately. But yeah, like overall, bot lane, Dawn.
I think this Dawnbreaker is going to die, no mana available. She's going to get slowly but surely ran down. Nothing she can do about that one. Celestial Hammer still on cooldown, despite the 13-1 charges, so she was cooked in that situation.
Basically, this is a really good start. Like, only 1k ahead for Nigma, but this is a team that should be very happy. You are playing versus a Huskar and you're playing with an Alchemist. You're probably very happy that your mid lane isn't lost.
He's throwing in the stun right now. They catch it out onto the Shadow Demon. He does find the D ward, but the SD is going to die here. Unfortunately, it was just the 2 supports. Interestingly, if Zeski had triggered out his spells onto GH instead of on the Alchemist, they could have maybe killed that Lich.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's kind of silly. Omar will steal their Wisdom Rune as well, so this move is really not good. That kid, bot lane. Oh, he missed the combo. Happens.
He might still die though. Miracle thinking about it, but he's only level 5, doesn't have the Mana Void. He decides against it in the end.
Usually the supports are the ones that need to restrain the Huskar from diving, you know, and they need to follow him. This game, the supports are the ones that are doing like some crazy things on Dire, and he's the one chilling farming. They just need to wait for his armlet. Once he gets the armlet, I feel like just go dive with him, sure, but not until that. Not until that item is purchased.
We see Noob having finished off his Phase Boot Soul Ring, having to make the decision now. What item comes next? Presumably going to be the Blink Dagger for him. And he's going to pick up his team's Wisdom Rune, so the experience advantage for Nigma is quite stark, and honestly, I would not mind if they find a rotation to the top lane after they can deal with this tier 1 tower mid, but it's very difficult to get through this Huskar, even with this Observer was scouting out some of the movements behind.
GH? Oh, that's...
GH is such a guarded positioning.
Go
Bushwhack
Armlet.
out onto a new me. They actually dive in with the ultimate. A new me going in onto GH, but unfortunately Noob is here, throwing the first ultimate of the game from the Mars, and they secure the kill onto the Huskar, but they're not done just yet. Sumail, you really want Zesky. They're chasing this Nyx Assassin, want to squish the bug behind the trees. Still a few more seconds until the concoction is available. Elsewhere, Miracle has been able to bring down this Dawnbreaker, and they finally do manage to crash the bug. At the same time, Shadow Demon showed up, thinking, I'm helping. But all you're helping is the enemy bank accounts, my friend. Noob ends up with a triple kill, 4 heroes dead, and Nigma showing who are the bosses of this map.
Yeah, meanwhile, GH already back, making some stacks. Like, that fight was just terrible. It was as terrible as it can be for Kodiak. Again?
Stun channeling, it's middle. They're going onto the Huskar. They got him.
Yeah. Oh no. They're reading the game way too well. And these 2 TPs, they might just die again.
I don't think it's a might, my friend, as the Chain Frost comes in on top of the Bushwhack. Although, hold up. Noob feeling a little bit generous. He's like, you know what, guys? I'm not really a fan of insecticides, so let us give this little Nyx Assassin a chance. Sends him away to safety.
Just saving him exactly, but you can see that this is not about the draft. This is basically just about one team taking all the opportunities and the other team giving all of them away. Your Huskar, once he reaches the armlet, on paper is usually the strongest hero in the game on the map, but they were just never there to save him. He also has no level of inner fire as well, but that's fine if he had some saves. He didn't. He died now 2 times in a row.
Let's see if they can get a kill this time around. Zesky.
This could be a good kill.
On the high ground, he sees Sumail. Do they find the star? Not yet. Sumail juking. He's jiving, but it's not going to be enough. Did his best. That's a pretty big kill. He was about to pick up the Sacred Relic, and now they might be able to reach for more. They get the disruption out onto the Lich. GH retreating to the confines of the tier 1 tower. Between that bonus armor as well as the Frost Shield, he will stay alive, but this Ancient stack, or the Creep stack, excuse me, will not be as lucky.
It's a very healthy stack that Medusa just cleaned, by the way. Came in, used 1 Mystic Snake, got 90% of those creeps. Like, just as I was flaming them, kinda, for the mid-game with Huskar, they made a really good smoke play. Top lane.
Speaking of Huskar, he's on the top side of the map. They're actually going to come in with the Dawnbreaker ultimate. I don't know about this one, Dawn. She is now a little bit isolated, but with the Huskar showing up as well, they have a bit more confidence to mount this defense, and Nigma don't really feel like they want to stick around, so they just take the Shadow Demon kill and get out.
Yeah, they're truly in no rush. This is a team that's currently playing an Alchemist plus an Anti-Mage, so keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure that they're very happy if they just continued farming. At this moment, at least.
In terms of just like the 1-2 core, this might be one of the greedier ones that I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, Alchemist definitely isn't the worst laner anymore, even on mid lane. I feel like he can lane versus a lot of heroes, but Huskar isn't one of them. And if for nothing else, that makes this duo greedy. But everything else also makes this duo greedy.
Also, we see top lane. They're jumping onto Noob. They threw out the ultimate from the Huskar. Lots of spears on top of him. The Frost Shield will help a little bit. Zesky, though, will ensure that they do find that kill. Almost be able to bring down the Lich as well. Quite a lot of damage from the Vendetta hit. But they'll just be satisfied in securing that life. But the fight's not over on the map because mid lane might have a small skirmish. Alchemist and the Dawnbreaker seem to be hurting each other, but doesn't seem like it's going to result in anything massive.
He's almost got his Radiance completed. And I believe after cleaning these stacks, he might join the Medusa venture. Let's see.
Top tower is under attack.
They are smoked up.
Dire are scanning.
Scan, not going to be anywhere near.
They don't want Nyx, they want the Medusa. And they also want to defend the Roshan if Huskar tries to go for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
Medusa's now pushing the tower, so they might still want to go for this, because these heroes are coming in from behind. Noob has a Blink Dagger. He has the potential angle. They really want the Medusa. They get onto the Shadow Demon first. They missed the Spear of Mars as well. One end, able to get off a very nice Stone Gaze, and they were hoping for Miracle, but Miracle leaps away as they drop down the arena, surrounding this Medusa, and they burn her away before the Dawnbreaker even shows up. They need to get out of here on the Kodiak base, but they're actually going in instead. The new me has his ultimate ready with the life break in a moment, but I don't know if they want to dive the tower for this one.
Yeah, keep in mind that the arena is used, Lich's ulti is used. They managed to get the Hoodwink, the two supports cleaned up Hoodwink in the back, so no reason for them to move back. Noob.
Going in onto Noob, hit him with the Vendetta. Lots of damage, and the spears should do the trick. And new me able to secure that kill.
No, they were playing this well, honestly. Like, yeah, sure, they lost the Medusa, and that part of the fight definitely was not great. Yeah, but they will for sure. And I don't even think you can contest this anymore. This rush should be free.
You know, there was a portion in this game where Sumail had a bunch of gold, and he was thinking to himself, should he go for the Blink Dagger or the Radiant straight up? And then they won like 2 back-to-back fights, and he got an even larger injection. And you know, like all core players, he's like, obviously I'm gonna buy the bigger item first. But man, oh man, could it not have been slightly useful if they had the Blink in these situations, but they do not, and as a result, they will have to concede this Aegis first one of the game, which is usually important for the Huskar, but we'll see what Nigma do about the second one, which is instrumental to this hero.
Yeah, the second Aegis might not even be instrumental to the Huskar, it might be instrumental to Medusa, right? Like, that's a hero that you really want to on to. Miracle, oh, knew me. It was a nice attempt. I guess he maybe tried to inner fire as he's jumping on top of AM.
Cold. Shadow Demon going a little bit too far for that chase, ending up getting punished.
I think there was maybe some play there to save him. Zeski maybe runs in with Spike Carapace in Vendetta, you know, or Huskar doesn't move back. In any case, some miscommunication happening on the side of Kodiak Bears.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Still though, here we are at the 15-minute mark. They still have their tier 1 tower, middle and bottom. The Medusa is at the top of the net worth charts. Huskar has yet to fall off. But crucially, the gold differential is only 2k ahead for this Nigma lineup, and it should start scaling further and further with this Alchemist. But being able to contain it to this point, despite the MMR and skill differential, very impressive from the Kodiak base.
Yeah, 100%. A new me. Can't really contest this rune, can he? Oh, Huskar for me has always been one of those heroes. Even if you're much lower ranked, like with Huskar you can win. Mid lane.
Mid lane. Noob gets the arena out, misses the spear, however. They are going to be going in onto a new me, but with the Dawnbreaker coming to assist him, he's still alive. However, there's the Lich Chain Frost, dealing damage. Not enough to kill him though, and the BKB gets delivered mid-fight. A new me activated, but unfortunately they can't win the fight with it just yet, as Miracle has shown up and killed off this Nyx assassin. These heroes are very, very low. A new me spear to the tree, disruption to save him for a little bit. And oh, very nicely done by the Dawnbreaker, using the Selly Hammer to cut down the tree so they couldn't get the bushwhack out. That was quite smart. We'll keep this Huskar alive in the end.
Yeah, the fight as well. The reason why a new me managed to live. Just wait, hold a moment. A new me. Right, initiate.
Being channeled by Sumail. Who does he want to jump on top of? Has managed to find the stun right now onto Cold. So the Shadow Demon is going to be the first target to be brought down here. Zeski chasing. He wants somebody to be able to stun. They do manage to bring down the tier 1 tower, so that's going to create some space for them. GH gets jumped in by the life break. He is dead. Unfortunately, so is the Huskar and the Medusa. Huskar is going to come back and find himself very, very isolated. His BKB is still on cooldown for another 30 seconds. Absolutely no way out of this one. Sumail will grab himself a double kill. It does cost a tier 1 tower and a buyback, but they'll gain a tier 1 of their own, 2 core kills, and a lot of presence on the map.
Absolutely, and that's basically Nigma outplaying them, right? Like, it's not like they had any sort of an advantage up to this fight. They didn't even have all their spells when the fight started, but they have this anti-mage into Medusa, they kill off the Shadow Demon, and I truly believe that once Shadow Demon is dead, you have no more plays. You cannot stop the AM from jumping the Medusa and just soloing her, so maybe you shouldn't be committing too hard. I was about to praise them because the fight previously was pretty damn good. Like, they had some wards into the arena to see where Dawnbreaker can go, so Bloodsport didn't work. Some of the plays were really nice, but they overcommitted.
As is the kill, we do see Nyx Assassin. Poor Nyx, fought by Noob. And who's gonna claim this kill? It's gonna be Miracle, of course. Man, these carry players, they wait until you do all the hard work, then they come and steal everything.
Yeah, what the hell is this? We should unionize all of us other position players. You know?
And I say this as a carry player.
No, for sure. Why do we have to always protect that one crybaby?
Mid lane, Icepire drop down. Poor Dawnbreaker also gonna get dropped too. Man, can they catch a break? Just give us like 30 seconds of farm. Stop smothering us, guys. Damn.
Yeah, they caught the wave. They caught their stride, and it's all working for them right now. However, Noob might be caught here.
This could be great. Vendetta, they
Oh,
catch
the
him.
stun!
Break is gonna be out. The stun, the Centaur Conqueror has turned heel on them. What a traitor. Zeski is now going to be the one in trouble. Miracle comes in. They save him for a while with the disruption. But unfortunately, that just means the new me doesn't have help. Both of them die regardless. So does Cold. It's a double kill for the anti-mage. The Centaur Conqueror should be the one that gets all the gold for this one. Gaben just will not let the Kodiak Bears have a break.
Yeah, you see, position ones are not as important as a jungling creep centaur. Miracle.
Pretty deep here without an Aegis to boot as well. Starbreaker will come out on top of him. He's going to be staying alive. Depp is still going to die in the end. But Miracle pushing his advantage. If there was another hero, if the Nyx Assassin was alive, that would have been a dead anti-mage.
Yeah, he just had a very big Lotus stack as well to use. That definitely helped. Well, yeah, everything is going their way. Even the jungle creeps are working in their favor.
How much did they pay these creeps? It's like, next time I come and farm your camp, I'll let you go, buddy. You can live, Everyone else does.
You know how it works, right? Like, the creep is almost always gonna use his spell as long as there are 3 heroes attacking him or 3 heroes around. So, if the 2 of you are ganking one hero, the creeps are gonna use their spells. Feels bad, man.
What's more annoying? What's more annoying if you're trying to gank somebody, right? Is it more annoying to get hit with the Conqueror Stomp or when the Wild Ring Ripper hurricanes you?
The Wild Ring Ripper feels more random. You know, like, that one feels just so random to me. But the worst one is when I walk into an Ogre Smash. You know, he's like winding it up in fog and I walk into it. That one is the worst. Omar?
Oh, Omar gets past Zeski, and Zeski actually finds the big target, but no! He can't find the stun. GH there with the Sinister Gaze. At the same time, Gorgon's Grasp goes in onto Omar, and they find the Hoodwink kill. So the 2 supports are down. Noob finding a very big arena. They catch in onto this Huskar. Huskar is gone. Medusa throwing in the stun, but unfortunately they are moving away from the Stone Gaze. Sumail was falling low, but Miracle now on cleanup duty has brought down Cold. They have isolated the Medusa. Miracle going back in for the last couple of hits, and the Medusa will go down. It's a double for the anti-mage. I feel like they're going to give him the triple, and indeed, he's the one that blinks forward, looking for the Dawnbreaker. They give him the triple kill. Nigma Galaxy now almost 20k gold ahead, and Kodiak Bears odds of winning slipping further and further from their grasp.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage off of every single small little thing. Like, the initiation was a little bit slow. The Hoodwink broke their smoke. They went on her, but Huskar was deep enough for Mars to almost solo him. And the moment they see the Huskar that's that low, Mars doesn't hesitate at all to spear into the arena. Of course, Lich almost solo killing the Nyx on the other side was very influential to the state of affairs too.
bottom tower is under attack.
Still no Dagon, by the way, on Zeski, unfortunately.
He's had this recipe queued up for a very, very long time. Just unfortunately just keeps dying, and he might die again because Sumail channeling up the stun. They see the Nyx Assassin in particular, and he's throwing the stun out onto the Shadow Demon. Backside of the fight, Zeski still going to end up losing his life here. Spike Carapace, no, it keeps him alive, but eventually he will burn out. Noob now dropping the arena, is going to catch out onto two. Beautiful Spear of Mars onto the Shadow Demon and the Medusa, preventing either of them from closing down onto the fight. And now Sumail jumps the backlines, kills off Cold with the help of Noob. This is a really good fight for Nigma Galaxy, and they need to run from Kodiak Bears. Rod of Atos, not going to be flush, but Numi, he's in trouble. He dives forward with the life break, looking to try to bring down GH with the help of this Stormbreaker. He will be able to make it happen. Chain Frost now is already expired, but unfortunately, as his BKB goes down, Sumail jumping in. Nice salvation with the Stone Gaze, keeping everybody alive for now. Can they get out though? Can they get more out of this fight? Omar looking for a very big hit with the sharpshooter. Will be able to land it out onto the Husker, and Husker is gone. Miracle though, falling lower and lower. He will die, but drops a massive mana weight on the way out, getting himself a double kill in the process. However, he does give up over 1,000 gold for his life. Kodiak Bears will end up losing the fight, but man, what a coup to bring down the anti-mage.
Yeah, that's the Dagon right there. That's a Dagon for the next assassin. And another one maybe. Yeah, that's level 2 Dagon from that. Was it Carapace and Blade Mail from Dawnbreaker, I guess, that dealt the most damage to the AM. So what happened here as well is kind of... I was waiting for the AM to jump, but so were the Kodiak Bears. So once he jumped, they used only the ulti from Huskar to force his Manta out. And as his Manta is out, then you can say goodbye to Shadow Demon, of course, first. But as his Manta is out, you could silence him. So that's why they killed him. He got silenced for way too long. GG.
Wow, they just call it. GG. After a fight that disastrous, where it's like, well, we committed absolutely everything multiple times over and we only got to kill AM once. Yeah, the game is probably over. Valiant attempt though, and Blizzard, the longest game of the day. What can we say?
Yeah.
Like if I'm just starting the game and I'm like, well, I gotta deal with this Coddle rolling around with this Bristleback, not gonna be the most fun time in the laning phase, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, they can also, I mean, you can still play as a 5 from the offlane position with Omar, with Noob. Just make sure that he's got a lot of stacks going, a lot of mana always to spam out Quill Spray. The mischance that you talked about is also, of course, really good, but it's also good versus Slardar. So yeah, we'll see how they what they opt to go for. Definitely both are playable. On the other side, the lanes aren't that terrible, right? Like you've got Dark Willow and Slardar. If you get someone out of position, that's most likely a lot of damage or maybe even a kill. And PA and Lich is very scary too.
Not just scary, but like, if you die as PA in this lane, you just call GG immediately. That should just never happen. You always have a way out with the Phantom Strike. You always have that Frost Shield. So, you know, normally we think of PA not having necessarily the best lanes, but with the Lich, a lot of those issues are abridged.
And keep in mind that Bristleback is mostly physical, right? Like all of his spells too. So that armor from Lich will come in handy even more. Smoke on both teams.
Come on, y'all. Give us another bloodbath at the beginning. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen though. Game is hard. They read each other's movements. They mirrored the move. What can we do?
Yeah, we need 7 kills like we had in the last match.
That's honestly one of the... That's definitely the highlight starts of all the games we've had today.
Yep. Noob, he sees them all, of course, because of the ward. I'm wondering who's actually stronger at the moment. It just might be Nigma if they take this fight here. Yeah.
The battle begins.
Let's find out. Illuminate Charge gonna get dodged out by most of Kodiak. 2 Hero Earth Spike followed up by the Whirling Axes. Zeski falling very, very low. They're trying to target this Dark Willow and they are gonna get him. First blood drawn in by GH on his Coddle.
Look at him.
Nigma Galaxy vindicating your thoughts. They demonstrate their strength there despite missing the Illuminate.
Yeah. Even though they missed the Illuminate, they still get that kill. It's really hard for PA and Slardar to do anything when they're just missing, right? Like, Troll is way too solid in that situation.
What is the rune trade? So, looks like we had 2 for 1. There's still one that's chilling in the dire jungle right now. But they could potentially get themselves 3 to lead this off.
By the way, one of the things that we are seeing here is the rune wasn't picked up because GH was chasing away the Slardar. But in general, being in the lane on time is way too valuable. Starts the game on the right note. Bot lane cold.
Nice Earth Spike from Omar. But Noob is falling very low in the process. Cold running himself through the trees. One more Quill Spray will kill him. But the Blood Grenade thrown back onto Noob before he dies. Sets up to bring down this Bristleback thereafter. That being said, PA, can she get the kill onto Omar? Does not seem like it. Okay, that's kind of an interesting exchange there. 1 for 1, but the Bristleback is the one that's the big prize claimed by the Kodiak Bears.
Yeah, I wonder what the ping was in the end. There was no killing him. Top lane Miracle, also very fine. Being pumped up with mana. It's kind of annoying, actually. Now, in hindsight, I was thinking that maybe it's better if GH went somewhere else, but he's gonna stack the jungle anyway, which he's doing right now. Missed one, whatever it happens. But Chakra Magic control is good.
Also, Troll is one of those carry heroes that if you have to move away for
Miracle.
a wave or so, he doesn't mind too much, but he's gonna mind now because he gets ran down. Unfortunately, he was not directly underneath the tier 1 tower, so they felt very comfortable diving him. And we get to see what you talked about earlier. You're out of position against Slaughter. With the Dark Willow, they will be able to kill you.
Omar, bot lane.
Is he in trouble? Yes, he is. Omar is getting ran down. PA, couple more hits is all that's needed. Ugh, got him.
Assassination is nature's way.
I like the way you say that, by the way. I say it with my dumbass Bosnian accent. you got the right. Got him. But yeah, so far, much better for Kodiak. Like, they got the kill on top lane on Miracle, they got some kills on bot lane as well on Noob. Not a bad laning stage so far from them. Invoker, though, needs to be said, is getting crushed.
I was about to bring that up and say, well, brother, time for some bad news. Let's look at the middle, because middle lane is looking a bit rough right now. You know, CS is 7-4 for the Invoker, 15-6 on the Tiny. Damn.
I mean, they picked Invoker into this, and I can't imagine Invoker having the best time CSing into the Tiny. But maybe it's a little bit of Sumail magic too. But overall, I feel like, yeah, Tiny should do well. Especially early on, right? Like early on, before raid bans are up on Invoker.
Really is struggling right now. Needs to get to the 10 CS mark. Needs to get some, at the very least, some more levels into himself, because Sumail very close to having the level 5, and they can bring in a rotation from one of these supports, which could create some trouble. Zeski coming first to secure the water rune, making sure that Sumail can't have it, and Inumi should be able to deny the other one from the Tiny as well.
Yeah, get some last hits with the tornado as well. Nicely done.
Is Zeski dead?
Two of them
Can't get through the
connected.
yeah.
He got lost in the maze. The horse is too big, you know. Can't
That would
dodge.
be really interesting if like model animations factored into spell usage.
Well, they factor into my sanity when I have to last it versus Primal Beast.
Right now,
I swear, when a Primal Beast player just walks on top of a creep and I can't see it, or even, I mean, yet alone lasted it, I just can't see the creep. It's the worst feeling.
just like move out of the way, bro, please.
He just stands
They should
there.
enable like transparent heroes, you know?
Yep.
So everyone's chilling, man. People are tired of violence. After the last game, where it was a bloodbath, we've had a little bit of an armistice here. Everyone just farming away. Who benefits more from this more static portion of the game?
I'm not, like, overall, I'm not super sure. I feel like you're happy if you're Kodiak Bears, right? Like, as long as your PA is farming, getting closer to the Battle Fury, I feel like they've got some nice potential to play off of the blink on Slardar and PA in the mid game. So overall, I don't mind that. The only problem is Dire is definitely benefiting more. Mid lane, TP.
Going in with the CP from Omar. They get the stun out onto Cold, but with the Frost Shield, he's still alive. They got a very nice Tornado EMP out, and Omar gets betrayed by Sumail, tossed forward. Yes, he does find the kill onto Cold, but it's almost certainly going to cost his life. I say that, but he's found a wonderful alcove. Juking like a boss. He will eventually die, however. And Yumi, can he still maintain his presence here against Sumail, who's dropped down the Avalanche? Ghost Walk, though, and they don't have the reveal, Liz. Instead, they have the right-click damage back out onto the Tiny. And now Brambles are back online. GH caught by them. There's going to be the Tornado. Shadow Realm hit ensures that he dies. It misses, but the uphill right-click does not. So a Yumi gets himself another kill there. 3-for-1 exchange in the river.
So, I don't know if you noticed what happened here and why Nigma got so wrecked is... so basically they were counting on Illuminate on Tiny to use the combo, but as Keeper of the Light was trying to illuminate him, he got tornadoed. So Sumail was in the air, and then he probably shift-clicked, shift-used Illuminate. So Sumail actually had to wait for the Illuminate to be over to get his mana. And it was kind of too late. And then on top of that, another kind of mistake I need to say from GH is the fact that he had the sentries, and they're maybe killing him again. He's dead here, right?
He's gone.
Yeah,
for sure.
He had the sentries, actually. They had detection. And he even had a slot in the inventory. But the sentries were in the backpack. So, yeah, by the time he moved them in, it was too late. Although I don't think they killed that Invoker even with the sentries being planted immediately. Just to defend him a little bit.
It's actually absurd how much healthier he got just after 2 right clicks. And it's like, oh wow, we actually can't kill him anymore.
It's one of the best things about this Invoker. He gets some quas up, he hits you with Cold Snap, and he's just almost unkillable. Feels very weird to gank an Invoker that's just constantly healing.
Invoker wants to do some ganking of his own right now, running around with an AD rune. Unfortunately, there was an Observer Ward, and GH in the area as well. They're pinging out exactly where they're at, so a new me and Zeski not gonna find a kill, it doesn't seem like, unless they're willing to dive pretty deep under the tower.
Radiant are scanning.
Looks like they want to dive the slaughter though. Omar TPs to the top lane. GH is already here. Can Omar find the wraparound though? It looks like he might be able to. Yep, Depp is dead. He's gone. He's gone. The slow from the axes. There's the chain disable from Omar. He's gonna try his best, but he knows that his life is forfeit here. No, he's dead.
He's very speedy. I wasn't really sure if they were gonna get him, just because Keeper of the Light at the moment doesn't contribute too much to the damage department. It's only level 1 Illuminate. That's a juicy stack that Sumail is taking, though. This is where he contributes the most. The Dire jungle is being farmed. 500, 600 gold for Tiny.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Nice day's work at the office. That'll get him some power trades on the map. Bottom lane. We're moving in onto the Bristleback. Noob has had all of his mana burnt away, and now they come with the gaze. Oh my god, did you see how much damage he took when he was facing them? He's still alive for now. Sumail saves his life. Noob could still end up dead here, but by some miracle he lives. PA dies after him. Dies, and they still don't get the Bristleback. Unfortunately, a new me might also be in some danger here. Omar, not going to be nearby. If he was nearby with the Lion, they could have found the Finger of Death, but he's able to get away on the Invoker. But PA, that dive, that was so greedy.
He saw the skull above Noob's head, so he tried to go for that crit. At the same time, by the way, Slardar did manage to kill off GH in the jungle, so or next to the river. So that's a nice thing for Kodiak Bears because he's on 1600 gold right now. Bristle, no.
Okay. Surely this time it's a kill. Surely this time.
Oh, he
jukes through it, but he cannot get through all of them. Sumail, though, almost finding revenge, gets himself terrorized back. This time, Omar is here, finding 2 heroes with the Earth Spike, blowing up Zeski. Cold all of a sudden in danger as well. Can he get himself away? Not just yet, because the toss from Sumail ensures his death. And Yumi walking around with this invis, thanks to the Ghost Walk, but Omar does not want to dust them just yet. They're not done. Wait, do they have vision? How do they catch him?
They had the sentry on the right.
They find him? Oh, the sentry. I see it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was on the edge of the sentry where Sumail caught him. Like, it could not have been any closer.
They had that sentry so close. I even think that there was a chance where Lion was out of position for PA and Invoker to kill him. But when Keeper of the Light is there, then everything changes.
Oh boy. Well, every game today has given me a distinct sense of deja vu. One of the teams punches above their weight class in the earlier portion of things. Then a disastrous fight or two happens and it starts to feel like the momentum is heavily swinging because now, not just killing you on the map, they're stealing your stacks. But Kodiak Bears, they want to defend this. They get the Bramble Maze out onto this Tiny. They have the additional disable. Slardar cannot find the stun, gets hexed up on the way, doesn't have a blink dagger. It's on the way up from the courier now, but it's a little bit too soon, so he's going to have to retreat. Does TP bottom. They're going for Noob right now on the Bristleback. I don't know if the Slardar can do this alone. He's going to try though, and his blink still hasn't arrived. It's still coming from the courier.
Yeah,
Poor
alone,
guy,
he definitely mid lane, Invoker.
Oh, Joker in trouble. 3 heroes around him. No way out of this one. They have plenty of reveal if he goes into the Ghost Walk, but unfortunately he does still try it. He's still alive though. Sumail does eventually kill him with the Avalanche as he came in with the Slaughter, found the stun, but not enough follow-up. Terrorize was being triggered up, doesn't get thrown just yet, but now it will be unfortunately too late because the rest of Nigma Galaxy are here to just clean up house. The Slaughter is gone, Zeski follows him into the grave. Sumail is now on a double as 4 heroes disappear all across the map.
Yeah, they just got outplayed very heavily. Although what needs to be said is Invoker got tossed way behind enemy lines and it started this chain of events. Like, they just started fighting without Invoker, and without him, they can't really kill off anyone. Keeper of the Light did so much work, of course. Mid lane again.
Sumail going onto a Yumi. Got quite a bit of damage out here. Nice little Sinister Gaze onto GH with the Chain Frost flying out. GH should die from this. Tornado also throws up Noob as he entered into the fray as well. All of a sudden now Noob is having the Chain Frost bounce on top of his face with the full Bedlam and the tier 1 tower. He will die. Sumail finishes off the Invoker. Might pay for this one though as they bring in the PA to assassinate him. Nigma Galaxy overplayed their hand middle. They get punished for it quite heavily. Omar could be dead as well. There's a blink dag on the Slaughter. He gets caught with the Bramble Maze. There's the blink forward. They have access to the Corrosive Haze, so they have more than enough damage. 4 heroes, and they might make it 5. Miracle comes in, though, to clean up Cold, and he scares the rest of them off. They know he has the Battle Trance. They don't really want the smoke, but he wants it very, very badly. He's chasing in, looking for the Dark Willow. Can she juke her way out of this one? Only has Bedlam, no Terrorize available. Gonna try, but gonna fail. Doesn't even have access to a TP, so there's no way out of this one for our Dark Willow.
Yeah, he had no TP, that's why he couldn't really do anything. Miracle, by the way, did complete his Aghanim Scepter, so he does have that Dispel to work with. From this point onwards, the game is much, much easier for him. But overall, like, this is a game in which Nigma, they need to be careful. They are ahead. 4k ahead, 14 minutes in is quite a lot. But they're not so far ahead where PA has no way of just destroying them on her own. And they just gave a very juicy kill to her. That unstoppable streak, pretty big.
Be a big kill as well if they can find the Slaughter here. Get slowed down. Ah, they got him. Omar, do you want some stacks, buddy? Just give it to Omar, dude. Omar, dude. Omar! Okay. Sometimes you supports need to be more greedy.
He was waiting for the right moment. You know, just when you know for a fact that even a right click kills him, that's when that's when you use the finger. Secure that kill.
second stack of the game on the finger charges, so he's going to get stronger and stronger. What's scary though is the other heroes on Kodiak base are also scaling. And Yumi about to pick up his D-Lance, so we're going to have more right-click damage out of him. And the Slaughter's going to get this Aghanim shot. And I feel like this shot is really, really nice. It massively simplifies your entry points into the team fights.
Yeah, it's definitely top lane, GH. They get the Coddle. Yeah. They used a lot of their spells. He was just trying to delay this push a little bit, defend the tier 1 tower. They might go for this.
They see Noob. They saw him. They have the vision. Are they going to chase him is the question.
Lion?
Seems
Omar?
like they don't really want to. Lion will be a much easier grab. So probably a good thing for their sake that they just let the hard kill go. Grab themselves the easy one. Noob now held in brambles, but still is a bristleback. So they don't have that much appetite to jump him in this enclosed area.
Oh. They're reaching the point in which PA has a BKB. It's very close, actually. Tiny's in.
Sumail jumping in onto the Slaughter. Dev Kid still alive though. Not going to be brought down just yet, even with the tower pot shots. Thinking about making a turnaround play here. Illuminate almost kills him, but he's still going to be fine. Omar not going to be needed to get tossed onto Zeski. They just throw Sumail himself.
Look at Troll.
He
Miracle.
managed to find that kill. At the same time, Miracle dragged in by the Sinister Gaze. He just wants to destroy the Ice Spire. Cold tried to TP out. Almost made it, a few milliseconds away. Fortunately, it does get caught out. And even though they lose this fight list, I feel like if I'm Radiant and I'm losing a tier 1 at 16 minutes, I'm okay with this. I'm not happy, but I can.
Yeah, it's okay, because who did they lose? They lost the 2 supports, so it's not the end of the world, you know? You lose the 2 supports, a lot of time has been utilized by Nigma, and most importantly, your PA lived to finish off the BKB. She's gonna have it in a creep or 2, and once you get that BKB, these fights become way simplified and easier for you. Like you mentioned, Slardar Shard, PA BKB. Can start fighting mid lane, and Yumi.
Yumi could be in some old trouble, because he's going to get surrounded by Sumail and Omar. While the rest of the squad is taking down Roshan. This is one of the best moments I feel like in Dota. When you're taking Rosh, and some of your heroes kill a big core elsewhere without your intervention, man, it feels good.
Oh, they're leaving though. They're seeing they want the PA.
Okay, will they be able to get the PA is the question. They're looking for her. They have the BKB out on the PA, but she does get 1 kill. Will she be able to get more? GH, nice blinding light. If that was 1 second more on the BKB,
look at top, look at gold.
Blinding light, they might get this. But top lane, there's a fight with the Chain Frost and the Ice Fire right next to the Twin Gate. This is gonna trap them in, and now with the Bedlam, they will manage to kill off Miracle. Sumail does assassinate Cold on the side. But now, Kodiak Bears have reset this equilibrium. Nigma will not feel comfortable heading into the pit without their troll. And the PA will return before the troll does. So Roshan will remain in balance for both teams.
That was really cool. Like, they knew exactly that Nigma will come back through the portal to finish off Rosh. So he sets up the Ice Spire. He even used Chain Frost before anyone came through on the Ice Spire, you know, and just connected very nicely. Noob is back into the pit, but I don't think this is free. I don't think they can just go in and... Let's see. I think it will be contested.
I mean, they are feeling a bit desperate because in 1 minute, the big man is going to make a nice trip through the Twin Gate. They would like to bring him down before that happens. It's not going to be easy.
Sumail.
Radiant lineup on nearby. Sumail is going to jump the backlines, looking for the Lich. He's not going to find him. He almost made it happen, but he ends up dead instead. Will his team be able to finish off Roche in the meantime? No. They vacated the pit. The advantage back in favor of Kodiak, but now Slaughter are getting caught by the tier 1 tower. They need to bail him out. They do so with the tornado, but it's not going to be good enough. Still will end up dead. And now it is going to be a 4 versus 4. No Slaughter on the one side, no Tiny on the other.
Is under attack.
Slardar is just a massive piece of Kodiak's draft. Like, without him, they can't really take these. They might want to, though. Can you really go on Noob?
They're gonna try. Noob is being gone on. They want to bring him down. The Chain Frost is doing an absurd amount of damage, and they will succeed in this. Miracle now coming in on the backlines. They've managed to burst down onto the supports. One gets fingered, the other one gets right-clicked. So although they do get the kill onto Noob, it's a very expensive one. However, Liz, the hold might have been successful because now Roche is on the Radiant side. They have prevented Nigma from grabbing an EG Aegis.
This is one of the longest fights. Look at the fights. Look at this smoke up. They're going for the Tormi. They know it's being taken. Sumail is just going to blink in, I'm sure.
He does. He finds two. But the BKB does emerge now from the PA. She throws out the fan of knives, but unfortunately the Invoker is already dead. Dead kid. I don't think he has a way out of this either. He will end up losing his life.
Yeah.
Nigma Galaxy starting to pull out all the stops right now. You can see that they've been pressed a little bit, so they need to play with a higher tempo in order to make them bleed on Kodiak.
Yeah, that play was kind of cool. Like it was more of a strategical play than anything else, because I think at this point Kodiak Bears, they gave up on Rosh, and they're probably thinking, okay, let's take Tormentor traded for Roshan. But Nigma, they just smoke up and go for the Tormi. They kill them first, and because of this Coddle with recall, they can instantly go back into the pit and claim Aegis as well. It's like all of these heroes that allow you to have global presence make the game so much easier for a team that knows how to utilize them well. And GH is 100% one of the best Coddle players.
Best on the planet. Look at him go. Doing his thing. Building into a Lotus Orb right now as well, which is going to be very, very useful in a game like this. Like, if you can get the Lotus out on a Chain Frost, woo, that would be nice.
It would be.
Unlikely, but nice.
Unlikely, but it could be nice. And also, Slardar cares, but doesn't care that much because of the shard, right? That's also kinda whatever. A lot of damage is being dished out already, by the way, by Nigma. This Tiny has reached that kinda crucial point. Oof. Jumping in, blowing people up.
Okay, for me, the insurmountable point for this game, not completely insurmountable, but where their odds for winning drop by like 20% immediately, is in about, what, 3-4 minutes when this MKB gets finished. Because he's going straight in on it, Miracle. After finishing his Ags, the Manta style, MKB, this is going to be a big disaster. PA is just not nearly tanky enough to actually fight head-to-head versus a troll. Mid lane, a fight head-to-head might break out here. Oh my, nice hex onto the Slaughter, the integral hero. Should still end up dead as a result. At the same time, Sumail able to assassinate Cold on the other side of things. And they hold him in place though. Slaughter does catch him out before he can escape. Unfortunately, the Slaughter finds himself surrounded by dire heroes. He will now die. It's a 2-for-1 engagement, and that gives Sumail the bravery to turn this around. Toss forward onto GH. They're looking for this Dark Willow. Nice pushback with the blinding light into the avalanche. Zeski, no way you survived this one, my friend. Thrown away into the dumpster fire by the tree throw of Sumail. Triple kill for the Rock.
Yeah, and they're just hunting. They see the PA straight up for her, like, doesn't even care, runs through the tier 2 tower. She does have a BKB, but no TP just yet. 15 seconds. He needs to live for 10 more seconds at least.
Let's see. I think she's trying to bait them into thinking she's escaped, but now the team is coming from behind. Look at the jump in. She goes onto Sumail with the BKB active. Now Me is also trying to assist here. Will Sumail end up dead? Not just yet. Omar gets the Hex out onto the PA as the BKB expires. Although the team was pincering in, they don't get there in time. They can't get through Miracle. Miracle instead ends up just killing off Cold. How did one Troll Warlord keep the rest of Kodiak Bears at bay? I will never know. However, Nigma Galaxy managed to do it. Miracle demonstrating why he keeps this name. And this might lead them to victory as they almost killed the Dark Willow, but at least she gets back into the base.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much time and effort wasted with the PA to kill the Tiny, and because of that everything opens up for Miracle and the boys. I really thought that she could just BKB TP after, you know, after wasting so much of their time. I don't blame them for trying to fight there, but in the end it's gonna cost them maybe even a full side.
They don't have the Chain Frost available on the Lich. The PA's life will be here, but into an Aegis, I still feel like this is going to be a lane of racks. Especially with still 22 seconds until she has BKB available. Oh boy, and there it is. MKB coming in from Miracle right now. Oh boy, oh boy. The MKB arriving before you have SNY, you just evaporate if he ever gets on top of you.
Yeah, basically. Can just pop his ulti, go ham every single one of these fights now. Age is still there for a minute more.
Why is a minute so long in Dota?
I like that actually. I like the question even. Considering the games are... Oh,
Okay.
Willow.
Avalanche onto 2. Dark Willow does survive for now, but will eventually end up dead. The crash landing toss damage is just way too much. Tier 3 tower being slightly defended, but will eventually go down. A Miracle, with 24 seconds to go on his Aegis, happy to siege with his body. This is such an awkward time to kill him. You ideally want to wait until the very last second, but not going to end up happening here. And Nigma, despite being about to lose their Aegis, still feel strong enough that they immediately go bottom. They're looking for the jugular healers.
PA might backstab them, but I don't even think they care, right? Do you care that PA might backstab you? She's creep skipping, but there are waves. There's a wave mid, there's a wave top. I guess she's just trying to finish off the SNY. Might be a bit late now, though.
There's waves top and bottom, but there is no Lich in this game. And now they're going to jump onto the Bristleback. Nice break with the Fan of Knives. They get the kill. Sumail, though, found a 3-hero avalanche. The crash landing toss ends up killing off the Slaughter. Finger of Death very nearly brought him down. And is this why you wait until the last moment when he's at last HP before you finger?
Yeah, exactly. Or that happens. Some silly stick saves the hero. Oh, nice Hex attempt from Omar, by the way.
Oh, Sumail. Just actually did he just throw a tree at him to kill him?
I think it was more of a cannonball.
Mid lane, they managed to kill off the Slaughter as well. And for
GG's.
Kodiak Bears, the misery has finally concluded. They have been skinned by Nigma Galaxy. Their hides are hanging on the mantelpiece. GG, well played is called. Nigma Galaxy go to the upper bracket final in 2-0 fashion.